Mm, 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 mm. Good afternoon, Carlos. It's afternoon already. Ni afternoon, masaa imefika. Masaa imefika. So it's about the time where we get into the market. This is the time. This is the time. I'm just preparing some of things here to make. Wow, it has been a moment. I think yesterday was on Monday. Today is on Tuesday. We did not manage to go live yesterday because of a lot of things are really happening. How are you doing? Good morning. If you are watching this, just type something on the chat as we're going to proceed on this. It's really going to be so amazing. We're going to start on this analysis and everything right here. So make sure that you don't miss this. Carlos, good morning. How are you doing? I know this is taking you so well. A very good morning. Kindly help me to like this live. That is what we always do. Make sure at least help me to share as well. Help me to share before we start this. The reason I normally want you to the reason I always want you to share this live is because you've seen our entries, how it's actually been. So if it's going to benefit so many people, it's really going to be amazing if this can benefit not only all of us, but at least even more people who will actually be joining this. So it's really going to be amazing if you can share and share as we just wait for this moment right here. Today and tomorrow there are a lot of things that are really going to be happening. Kindly share, like this live. We are on we're on more people to join before we start, because I always want people to join from the start so that you know what we are talking about. We were live on Sunday. On Sunday we were live here. We gave a signal to sell from the US oil at 99.6. My friend, the market went all the way to that level and so on, all the way to 91. That was really amazing. I've never seen things like that. It's like sometimes when I give out these kind of signals, it always worries me. Like at when the market actually touches those level, I'm always shocked as well how the market normally respect our entries. It has really been so amazing. So if you're joining this, let me just know who is here on the chat. It's really going to engage. What do you want us to check? Where are you watching me from? Where are you from? I saw there's some people watching me from UK, I think Europe. Also friends of mine from Uganda and Nigeria. So if you are here, you can just like and as well let engage on the chat. I remember what I was saying, that once you join this live, I don't want you to see you training like just an amateur. I want you to train like a professional trainer. That's why I will normally give you some handphone. Like I give you information that is very critical, things that are really good, that is going to help you long term, not just for one entry. things that really matters. We want to talk about what really matters. On Sunday we talked about what matters, which was oil. You can see other pairs apart from gold and oil prices. The rest, the prices are not really been moving so good. That's why you see now the market behaving just like that. I want to have something like this. The reason we talked about the oil prices on Sunday is because it was the major one too, and you can see actually it's oil prices and gold. That is the reaction. That is the best reaction that we really got on Monday. So today I want us to talk about something that every trader is waiting to see on the market. I'm going to explain it, make it simple, and then we start trending. As long you're going to have those on your fingertips, as long if you're going to have that information on your fingertips. Now let's start here. Today is on Tuesday, and as you can see on Australian that is bank just decided to maintain that is to hike their interest rate by this basic point. Actually this is 15 plus 10, that is 25 basic point. 25 basic point here, that is 25%. So Australia has already decided to hike their inflation, their interest rate to by 25 basic point. I think that is to curb the inflation. So if you really want to know why they decided to just do this, maybe you can revisit the previous CPI from the Audi so that you can just know what has actually been happening. Like, has inflation been moving up? Because that is now the cause. Today is on Tuesday. Tomorrow is on Wednesday. It's a very important day for USD dollars, for the dollar, because that is what you have been waiting for many days. Because we're going to have the PPI, we're going to have the PPI here, core PPI, and this is information that we're going to be waiting. The Fed is expecting to maintain the interest rate at 3.75%. And I say the reason that I'll be waiting for this, of course, the reason so many traders are waiting for this is the reason number one. Because 3.75% is to this is like only the interest rate at 3.75% is because of this. Inflation has been coming down in the US. Yes, inflation has been coming down, but there's a problem here. The oil prices has actually been shooting up, and of course you know that can cause inflation. So that's why so many traders are waiting to see, are we going to receive a surprise here? Inflation are down, but the oil prices are really moving up, which means that there is likelihood for the inflation to move in, like maybe the next CPI that we're going to get. There's a possibility for us to get inflation actually moving up. I think that is because of what you are getting here, which is the oil prices moving up. I don't want to move into the details of this and how to just trend all of that is, but that is what, just to let you know of how the market is doing and everything that is really we're waiting to see from this market. So it's really important. It is really important to focus on what has actually been happening to the market. Yeah, so now we're going to get a signal for that, because I just wanted to inform you on what is happening. We are going to check as well what is happening, the war that is going on, what is happening, and what we might be getting from the market. It is really important. Now, as you can see from this market right here, so we're going to start with the gold. What do I see from the gold? What do we have on the prices of the gold? Because that's how the market has actually been moving. Let me bring this here. Yeah, what we have been getting from this market here. Now let me just have this. Let me check the broker that I'm using harder, so there's no problem. It is right there. It's right there. So if you can look at this market, still there's a position that we talked about, and I think on Sunday we talked about this information here. We talked about the market that was to move to this level. That's why you see it's already marked around this area here, and this market has tested this level so many times. But what you can actually see from this market is really amazing, because once you look at these orders, the one that you are getting these orders from the gold, right? the orders that we're getting from gold right now is this. Look at this. All these are sell orders that we're getting from the market, which means they're actually going to limit on how the price of gold is really going to be moving up. Like, this is really going to limit the market. It's really going to limit how the price of gold is really going to be moving up. That's why I see so many people are placing many orders around 50.74, and actually it starts from 50.45, this level that you see here, and that's why you see now the market is really struggling to move up there. And you're going to see the exact point that you're waiting to see how the market is really going to be moving. It's really very important. Remember as well, this is where we have the POC, this black line that you see here. That means this is where you have so many orders and where so many traders are actually been interested in this area that we have here. Now our focus mainly is on how the market is really moving up, just like that. And you can see the market is really trying to like move up, but you can see around this area here we have so many sell orders that are happening in this market. All right, so allow me to check different things here. Yeah, so you can see that is just definitely that is what is happening. The market is right there at the center, and the prices are really very low around this area here. Now the most important part now to check on the 1 hour time frame, because I don't want to move to the highest time frame here, is we check on what is really happening at this level from the start. And to remove these candles, let me have this. So remember, this is now 1 hour time frame. Let's see what we might be getting from this market that is moving like this. If you look at this market carefully, you see the pattern on how it is really moving. The market is trying to move at the top, specifically to touch this area here, which is this level that we have around this level here of 50.50, around 50.50 all the way to 50.64. This is the area, and actually we could have, maybe the market could have touched this one. I think it could have been so amazing if we could have touched around 50.58 or 50.60 before now reversing or maybe moving back. I think we could have actually touched this. It could actually been a very amazing point around those areas. But by just checking on this market, after the market achieved this low here, you can see as well this area here, it has actually been tested like 3 times from this market. This edge here, after this level, market moved up, touched this region, trying to move up, touched this region. I think that was almost the last one, moved all the way to the top here, and then we have this testing point, and now the market is trying to create another resistance, another level here. So as this market is moving here, because today we are scalping and we don't want to have long-term things like where we are going to wait on this market to move on to this, we are scalping right away. There are some orders that we can put to wait for many days, but not this one. So look at this. This is a point that I'm interested in, this level here. This level here, I need 3 points before this. I need 3 points that connect, and I think this, and also this one. So let's see whether we can have a trend line around this corner here. That is perfect. Let me see, that works. I think that works. If we can increase the size, I think that's how the market is moving. It is trying to recover from the downtrends, like how the market has actually been moving. So it's really trying to recover, right? So around this area here, which is around 12, below this 12 here, I'm going to open my positions here so that at least when I do this, we are going to be placing waiting for some entries. Good morning, Kush. How are you doing? Welcome. Listening, welcome. Good afternoon. How are you doing? Right, so I'm preparing for another a small entry right here. You can see that is how the market is really doing, like testing these regions that we have here. We are going to move to the lowest time frame, that is lower time frame, even more than that, so that we can see what we have. Okay, okay. I'm going to, you know what I'm doing here. Yeah, exactly. So that is what I'm doing here. I was trying to put that under there so that when we have the entry, we're going to spot it over together. So that is the entry that we should have from this market. I'm going to place it. Let me see. Around here. So this market is going to rise, as you can see, from this level here. You see this area here, so you should not move past this. So the stop loss 501, you can be targeting around 40, but although that is really long, again I think that's long. So our target should be either $20-50 would actually be enough here, but make sure that your stop loss, the loss size that you're using, is makes sense. So this region here is our entry point. I'm going to move to the lowest time frame. Let's move to 5-hour time frame, so see whether we can just get this clearly. Yeah, you can see these candles. You can see now these candles right here. Wow. Yeah, so it is up. Is that 17? Yeah, that's 17. Yeah, so my entry is that so yeah, so let me change this to, I'll see how Hondas are being executed right here. So we are going to have an area where we're going to, so this negative delta, so the market might be coming back. Ensure that at least this one we close down when the market rises up a little bit. So what I'm going to do on this, I'm going to put break even. So what break even means is that when this market comes down, it's going to close at the entry point. Yeah, so we have negative delta here, and this is really crazy. So the market might be coming back for another entry. So I closed at 23. So it's going to be very fast, you know. It's really going to be fast. So as we move below 15, I'm going to have another entry. I'm going to have another entry here. I'm going to have another entry. So volume candle is right here. So let me show you where the market might be, where we might be having a reaction is absolutely right here. That place. So once you see the market touching this, it will be going back to this, and the last buy position that we may be having is absolutely this level here. So after the market touches this, which is around 20, let's see 20, 50, 20, might be coming back again. Yeah, so I've closed one position, so we are positive. I just told you the market is going to react from that level. It's really happening. 16. Okay. Have we touched this? I don't think we have touched this. Have we touched this one? So we are getting higher rejections. Okay, so I'm going to place a small entry right there. Okay. So from above 20 is going to be good. We are moving. So this is scalping. We're going to avalanche area. So this is the last price. So if you are selling up to 20, just remember the price is going to react here. We don't expect this market to move past that. So if you're going to see that, maybe the market is really going to react from that. So look at that. So that's another that 3. You see how easy it is, but you know, also we have a negative sign of it. So I'm waiting for this level. So once this market touches this, we're going to see a reaction from here, and maybe it's going to happen all the way to this place again. Let's see. So $50 I close. All right, so look at the reaction that you're going to get from there. Okay, look at that. I'm going to change this to footprint. I hope this is reaching you to the exact time. I think I upgraded everything I wanted, so this is reaching to you on time. Okay, you're still on this. Look at the reaction that you're going to get here. We have an imbalance here, and the market has really reversed. So we already touched 19.1. So the market is really moving back again. Look at that. So that is the place that you're going to get a reaction. So unless maybe we break this, but of course the market can move even to 21 and then just move back. Can you see that? This is what we are talking about. This is what we are talking about. Look at that. We got a reaction. The market went back. That touched 19 point around 2, and you can see the market is back again. Easy. Can you see how we are getting rejection from that area? Can you see it? Yeah, so what's the name of the net I'm using here? So I'm using different things here. So we are using volume footprint, and so look at that area here. So I'm going to place a small cell here, but I'm going to see how the indicator is reacting. It's going to be very quick. I'm going to see whether you can get sell on that at the top. Yeah, reaction. There's some breaking news that is happening. The Israel is claiming that to have killed the Iran commander. So all this information, you can get them on real time. So that is what is really happening. Not yet a confirmation for the entry for a sell at the top. Not really confirmed. Of course, some people can be wiped out 21. So make sure that when you are using these low sizes, you are very careful on what you're doing around this area. I think there's some market is building up for unders around that area here. I can see it well. Let's see. Of course, we're going to get a reaction there. I don't know whether the market is going to move to this past, but I don't want to use below 5-minute time frame just like that. I don't want to move to 1 hour time frame, but we might be moving either to 16 before we move up, but we are going to get a reaction towards this place here. I want to see how people are actually entering around this area here. This is interesting. This is interesting stuff. Okay, you need to be quick in analysis. Yeah, you see a sell right there. Look at that. Do you see a sell? Look at a sell here. So I'm going to close this as 20 close, because the market is really moving so quick. So that is a sell. So look at the reaction at the top here. So that's just to happen. But of course, we might be getting this market moving to this level again. So that is what I want you to know, that this level is going to be like imminent. Like, the good thing with gold is can achieve this with just few candles, and then we are down around this area here. But look at that reaction. So it's only the 3 trades, and already we got them clearly. Like scalping, we got them clearly on the top, on the sniper entry. So those are three of them, Canaan, 3 of them. So this region really matter. So the next step that we're going to have on this is where the market actually might move like this. But let's get back to 5-minute time frame. But remember this region here. What? Look at that. What have you done? What have you done? Oh, look at that. Look at that. That was actually big. I think. Wow. Yeah, so I think you see the orders here, but these are actually sell orders that are appearing in this market, and the people are pushing the market from this level, which is around 17 here, and moving up. But around this area, we have some sell orders. That's why you can see there's a rejection happening in this case here. All right, can you see that? Can you see whatever is happening here? If you have a question, I'm checking on them. Please, what is the delta indicator that you're using? Asan is just saying that. So that is the indicator that you're using. Delta, we are using footprint, we are using volume profile, but you cannot assess them using your PC. It's pained. Oh my lord, look at that. We could have waited, but just look at how the market has really done. So we could have waited for this, but no problem. So the market is really going to sell again. I think let's wait for these levels and see how the market is going to react. Still, it is moving down. Perhaps 13 mark. 13 is going to be it. Maybe 13. Maybe 13. Maybe 13. Oh shh. I think that was just to feel the lower time frame, that not really, but we can just apply bigger rules to see what is happening to the market. Like, let's see a feeling of this small gap here. So something is happening. Yeah, look at that. We waited for this market to come this level where we sell, and the market has already sold with good entry. So when we spot this opportunity here, sell happening, we think we can the market is going to bounce again. 512 going to receive a bounce even from this level here. So 63, reducing all the way to 13. Let's see, just one candle, just one candle to move to this level here, just one candle to touch this black line, and then we are going to be in for 20. Yeah, I think the what yeah, people are moving out from the market. People are moving out. So not yet. Let's see. Is it really going to hey, just moved up. It's crazy. Can you see what is really happening here? It's only that when you lose the confidence in the entry, you just let it go, although the market is moving so good, you just let it go. Like this one here, which is 13, and you buy all the way to 15. That could have been amazing, but you just let it go. You just let it slide. Can we let that slide? I think buyers are coming in. Buyers are coming in. So are we going to be spectators here, or we're going to enter this trend? Let's move to 5-minute time frame and see what we are getting. Are we going to get these prices moving to this back here? We can expand this and see if there's possibility for this area here. It's really going to be amazing. I think we have many buyers around this area. That could have been a very good perfect entry point around 15-13 here. So I think we might be getting buyers entry from 12-13. Those levels, I think, is really amazing, whatever is just happening there. But if these orders are not going to push the market up, then of course we need a grab. We need a liquidity grab all the way to this level here, where the market is going to be moving so down until we just what? So if these orders are not going to push this market up, of course we might be moving down. So all these areas here, you can see it is really I want to see how the buyers are reacting in this case here. All right, this is great. So of course that's always why the price. So this area here between 21 and 14 is not an entry point. That's not an entry point. So it's either you are entering here or around this area here. But around between 14 and 21, that is not an entry. That is not a stop loss area. Like there's nothing you can just do about it around this corner here. Now, because of how the prices are moving, if this market is not going to push this price up, I think we need to push this market up and maybe break this zone, because I think we have enough orders to push this market up already. This could have been a good entry point, but we are late. We are late to buy from this area here. We are late. We are late. The way I just sent it, we are late. We are late. We are late. Anyway, we just wait for the next step. We are waiting for the next entry. Those are almost 4 entries. All of them win entries. We won all of them. We got all of them. How much is my SL? Actually, no one is asking. If these orders that are actually here, if they are not going to push these prices past this 19, then this market has a possibility of wiping you out all the way to 08 before it bumps up. Yeah, that is what I can just wait to see from this market right now. If orders that are supposed to move this market up are not enough here, I think it's going to move to this place, and then we move up. Good afternoon. Where are you watching from? Can you see that? Vice is really going, trying so hard. I might be pushing these prices towards downside. This is 12, and because I think we have enough orders here, so what I'm going to try to do here, this is sort of course, when this market comes down, it's going to come all the way. We have some buyers getting in. Can you see that? Can you see that? I think once we cross this mark here, 11, it's going to move down. But because of what is happening, I'm going to have a small order here, which is very small. Very small here. Because there is likelihood for this market to come to 508. But if it just moves up here, the only confidence I have with that entry is the number of buyers that we have. But I know they might fail to move that market up. That's why my entry has to be very minimal. My lot size has to be very small at that area. That is what we do. Yep. We need. Yeah, so that is the entry. So if these buyers are going to fail to move these prices all the way to up, then of course we're going to get this market moving to this level. And what I've done here, I've just entered a very small entry here, so that in case these buyers that are here fails to move this market to the top, then we can have another entry at 508. All right, so that's how I've decided to define or scale in. To scale in across there. So that is no scaling in 13. The entry is a total of 50 total, but likelihood if we move to 12 here, if we move to 8, then there's no problem. I'm going to test. Let's see what we get here. Once these buyers that are here fails to move these prices, of course, there is the likelihood for there. So reduce risk. You reduce the risk, like you reduce it. Once you realize the market has a room for moving down, then you reduce it completely, because there's a likelihood for that. And I think the buyers here are failing, because there are so many others that are supposed to move this market up, but the market is not moving up. That is one sign that there's possibility for this market to fall down like this. So let me even put a very big arrow here, and I put it in red so that you can see this market falling just like that. And that's why I'm very careful on this. I'm very keen on this. So I'm going to put my, so let it be like that. But I'm very careful on this, even to close it very faster, very quick. Let's see how this kind of takes us. I hope it was going to be blue until we hit this 20 here. Yeah, so we need a bigger Hondas to put this market, like to push it all the way up. If this is going to fail, then if that is really going to fail, I think we might be touching all the way down. You can see, but I have very small Honda here. This area here, these buyers are failing. They are failing. The last price is here. So once we touch this area here around 12, which is our entry point, closing point. Once we touch this, I'm going to be on I'm going to be break even. So I'm going to put this on down the break even, because once we touch this, there's likelihood the market is going to move all the way here very quick, very quick. The buyers here are not too strong enough to push this market to this price here. 19. Yeah, that is it. Let's move. Let's go. Oh, let's go. So let me put on break even here. It's really serious, huh? Very serious. I'm going to put it at 10, 50, 10, so that I can have another Honda, that another execution below that. Yeah, so I'm just placing it just like that. So what is really, let's wait and see. We just wait and see. So as you're waiting to see how the price are moving, allow me to check different things here. What is happening? Is it really up? It is really up. Hey, shh. Nakwambia. I tell you. But I'm really scared of that. That entry is not that perfect. We are happy, yes, but I've placed my TP is going to be 19. This, you see this 19 here, where we have the next resistance. That is where I'm placing it. Buyers here are failing. So if the buyers are failing here, there's likelihood those market might test down, might decide, let's, what is the nini iko chini huko. This market might be testing that region, right? So volume candles, I want to see what is happening between this and this. Do you look at that? This is very serious, eh? It is really failing. It's failing to break it up. All right, let me see what we have. Here on the profile. Around 5017 here, we have some goodies. 17, 14. Let me put this on the other window to avoid disturbing our area here, to avoid a lot of disturbances. So you see how when you see the market behaving like that, so what I'm going to do, let's just wait for it to hit the stop loss, which is located, which is actually almost on break even around that area here. Yeah. Once you see this market behaving like this and the buyers, so many buyers here failing, just know what is happening is known as absorption. Like buyers are being absorbed by sellers and the market is really failing. And that was, I think, is happening here in this market. So we might be touching 5008, but of course, before the market touches that one, we're going to check whether it's going to be a valid entry point, whether it is really going to be valid, whether it's really valid. I'm in because we have buyers wenye wamejitolea sana, like they are very committed to buy that level. So if they are going to maintain that one, I think we might be testing 19 again, and that is really going to be amazing. Remember, we have now, I think, 4 entries, all of them success, 250s, I think 230s. I think that has been really amazing. So the risk is not going to be more than $30 for every trade that we enter. So that is, but we are going to be focusing on 50s. So if we can just do that one and then get at least 1,000, 500 there. I think it's really going to be amazing. It's really going to be amazing. It's really, if we can maintain that ratio 1 to 2 for every trend that we take, it's really going to be amazing. Like 1 is equal to 2 or 1 to 3. It's really going to be amazing. So 60 risking on 19 is really going to be good. Can you see how we're getting these flashes here? Because once we touch 12, forget about it. Going to be fast towards this level here. And I think I'm going to, you see the way we have this black line here, that is what we are going to be getting here. So in case maybe we move past that, it's really going to be it. Buyers versus sellers. Now this market actually might be the way I see it. You can see how we have bigger fight here. Our first entry, I think our third entry was here. This sell that took place from 19 all the way down here. So it's not that you're going to buy from this area here, but we are going to wait for these prices to come to 508. That is when we are going to decide if we're going to buy from that market. It's really going to be amazing. Okay, look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that. Look at that. I'm going to open another one here so that we can launch a DOM alone. And I'm going to be using different broker. CX, where is CX? But these guys are manipulating the entry so bad. Where is CX? CXM. Check the prices, check the prices, check the market, check the prices. IC, let me use IC. Let me use IC. So I'm going to put them like this. And then the next one, I'm going to have it like this. And we're going to have so where can we put this guy? This guy is going to be here. This guy is going to be here. So on this side I want to have footprint, and then I want to have depth of the market. Yeah, so that is what I'm waiting to see here. This entry is very serious. Not like this one. This one was very straight, and you can see actually it is really happening. What I'm talking about, you can just see it on how the market is really behaving here. Buyers per sellers said, like buyers are struggling so much to push the prices up, although we have underside there. That means they are being also like we have now sellers actually entering this market here. It's just the same thing that is happening all over the market. Traders are really waiting to see what reaction we're going to be getting from this market, or what is happening. Trump is speaking like this, Iran is speaking like this. The war is coming to an end, the war is not coming to an end. So it's something just like that one. What we have here, this thing here, I don't like it. It's the DOM from the trading view. Don't like it. It's not that serious. It's not for serious traders, this one. You can see actually even we have stayed like here for a long. So I hope this market is going to push it at least to 19. So when this market comes to 19, we're going to be getting a very small reaction again at that level before maybe we do a break up all the way to the top. But what you just have to know is that we have few buyers willing to buy from the downside here. So I think once we touch this one, we might be moving not only this place, but I think here, this place here. But remember, this is a lower time frame, so we are going to see everything building up in real time. All the orders are going to build up in the real time. Where are you watching from? Good afternoon. Good afternoon. So you can see we are back. We need to close this one. We need to close this one. Yeah. So it's just a simple theory. It's just a simple theory. Once you see we have so many orders and traders are failing to move, yeah, we can say already it has closed that one, because I told the market to close once we hit 12, like break even, and that is what the market has done. Now it is simple here. This is the theory I'm talking about. You see this level here. You see this level here that we have on this cone here. Once this buyers fail to push the prices up, although we have so many orders, the market has to do a liquidating grab, like it's going to grab all those orders. I know some people are going to buy from here and place their orders here, and they maybe place their stop loss here. So what the market does is going to hit all these stop losses and then start moving up, like just simple as that, and start moving up like that. So it means that entry is over. All right. Okay, thank you. Someone corrected the sound. You people are not telling me the sound is not good, and we are here. What is happening? Come on! Can you see that? Can you see that? Can you see that? Can you see that? Do you see that? That is what I'm talking about. The breakout that actually happened around this area here. But I think it's really going to be even more. Look at that. That is now the breakout that we'll be waiting for this market to move down exactly like this. So it's just very simple. It's very simple, very easy, just as the way you have just seen it like that. Can you see that? This market just to move down like this, and you can see actually they are start. I think I was correcting the sound, and then I think thank you so much for the one who has updated me on the sound on WhatsApp. Thank you so much. I think my sound was really bad, the audio was really bad. Thank you so much, Lynette. Thank you, Lynette. Now, can you see that? I want you really to check on this seriously. Look at this. Can you see the market has already touched this level that we're talking about here? Very quick, and the market is really moving up again. So it's only the sound. I think there's a problem, but we could have entered that straight again. Oh my lord. This market is now moving up. I think after touching this area here, we might not be coming back to this level here, but let's see what we are going to be getting. But that was really a quick one, like this entry here. That could have been a very nice entry, 508. That is what I was mentioning about, and you can see the market is really up again. That could have been something else. So you can see it's really amazing. Wow. Can you see the entries? Jesus, we have really mixed that one. So that was very quick. That was really nice, and the market is up. We are looking for another entry, so not chasing the market. So even if it's going to move all the way to 3,000 or whatever, then our entry is going to be valid. So we just wait for it. It's matters of time, discipline, and then of course the market will come to a position. Now, what is the next the next target where the market is going to be moving? That is what we are going to check on. We have missed that entry, but it's okay. I don't know how many entered. 5008. I don't know how many entered on that, but we are going to look for another entry right now. I think if we could have entered that one, could be the 5th entry. That could have been so amazing. So we're going to look for another one. We are definitely going to look for another one. What if the market comes down to this level? Are we really going to enter again? Yes, somehow, yeah. We're going to have another entry right there when the market comes to this level. Let's see. 08. Let's see whether the market is coming to that level, and we okay. 09, 08. Are we having the accumulations? Yeah, of course. Definitely I'm going to buy from 08 there. I'm going to buy here again. I'm going to buy at the top here. 08. Just come to 08. I place another order right there. Patience is the key. So once you miss, don't chase the market. You can see, for example, if you chase that one and start buying all the way to 512, you see that could have been a loss. So once you miss an opportunity, you just wait for another one. I'm waiting to see whether we can just go back to 08 and how the market is. That I'm going to have definitely that. Yes. Oh, the lot size is very small. But we don't have buyers here. Why don't we have buyers this area here? Where are the buyers? My God. Oh my Lord. Where are the buyers here? So let's see. Something is changing. We got a breakout here. This is how the market should be moving, but already got a breakout towards this place. I think this is to wipe out some entries. This is how the market is moving after this level. So we can place our stop loss slightly down. You see this level here, 04. So I'm going to have a 04 here, and I think the reason I'm having a 04 here is because I'm going to have around the 04 here to avoid sweep. Let's do this faster. Let's do this fast. Let's do this quick. Let's do this quickly. Yeah, buyers up this level, and I think around 2000. Let's see. We have another support here. Can we make this long? I think. Can we make this long? Can we make this long? Because once we touch below this line here, 1995, that is when we're going. 1995 is not really far, so we can focus on that. 1985. 1995. Look at 08. Look at 08. That touch again. We bought it. Now let's see whether you're going to move all the way to the top again. So what I'm going to have here is this simple, this area here, and I'm going to put my stop loss slightly below 1995. Jesus. That is why we have the POC. Uh, 50. Let me move to IS time frame. I need to confirm something. 15 minute time frame. 15 minute time frame. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. I'm also checking on the breaking news that we might be getting that could have maybe changed the price of the market. Okay, let me move to 1 hour quickly. 1 hour quickly. 1 hour quick. 1 hour quick. The pattern is really clear. I think the pattern is good. The pattern is really nice. The pattern is good. Okay, the pattern is good. The pattern is still good. Okay. The pattern is still good. Why we move it down and the pattern is really good? We need that. This. So around 512 here we might be getting another reaction. Yeah, so I'm going to have it. I think my entry was slightly 95, so that is where the stop loss. So I'm going to just have it like that, 95. Okay. Stop loss 95. Stop loss 95. Stop loss 95. Stop loss 95. Let me highlight the stop loss here, 95. So I'm expecting a reversal here. I'm expecting when this price touches this, at least we move up. Let's move to lower time frame. 5 minutes. Oh. Okay. No problem. Could this chart be changing? Like, I think these are very prone to, this area is very prone to stop loss. Yeah, but that is what I'm thinking. But in case we touch this, of course, we might be ending all the way down quickly. So there's no need to adjust. Yeah, I was actually, Nate, once you see the buyers failing to have market pushing it all the way up, and we have so many orders, just know, of course, absorption is taking place. That is what I was talking about. Once you see the market and the buyers are failing to push the prices up, and you can see orders, fear that market, like fear it, because there's something happening. Oh, once you see the market just doing that, just fear that market. It's really that serious. So there's no need to adjust below 95, because if you adjust below 95, of course, once you see it move into 95, just know there is likelihood even for even more areas. Let me check. Sometimes breaking news can move the market in a crazy way that you don't expect. So unahitaji kukaa chonjo. You need to be very alert. You need to be very alert. What? Ali Laharajan dead. Israel. That is the Israel saying. So what is the reaction to the stock? I'm actually on the entry for the stock for the long term. So I'm on buy for long term. $36,5004. So we're waiting to see the market pushing up from that level, at least moving up. So that is what I'm waiting to see. At least we push from this level here. At least we get 19. So if we're going to get 19, I think it is really going to be amazing, because I think, but also remember, that is 09. The market can actually test 09 again. We might be testing 09 or maybe 08. That is our entry was located, so be careful with that. 08. So unless maybe we get this bigger candle, we're going to be moving up. Where we have this black line here, the market might be testing this and moving back. So be careful with this around here. So you see this place here, be careful with this region. This is 09 to 08 to 10, that level here. So once these candles start pricing all the way to the top here, you're going to be very careful on it. This is where our stop loss is located. So in case market moves that way, then we are doomed. We are doomed. Oof. Okay, the sound is okay. You can just confirm on the chat, right? Just confirm. So make sure that you observe so much at that level here, which is 08. That was the first entry that we did from that market, because the market might be testing that one. So the reason we got that is because of the breaking news that the Harley has actually been shot down. Like, is no more, because this is actually an official from the from Iran. This could mean one thing: escalation, moving up, and of course, traders are trying to position their entries based on the breaking news that we are really getting right now. So that is very serious. That is very serious. Those are time to be very serious. This is a time to ensure that you are placing stop loss and not just letting everything just run. It's the good time more so to place the stop loss, not even the TP. TP actually you can just leave it, the market to move. On these trends, I'm placing stop loss more often. I'm placing stop loss. Yeah, I'm making sure that I've placed the stop loss. But TP, you can get it at anyway. TP you can just get out anyway as long you're in profit. But the stop loss, you make sure that you place it. Small breaking news is really going to make a lot of bigger moves into the market. Yeah, I hope my sound is right. Okay, right now it's really going to be. Let's move up. Let's move up. Let's move up. I'm going to consider. You see, that's where the hard is. I'm really going to consider that. That area is really matters a lot, because the market might be reacting that one. So, oh, that's really crazy. Patrick, do you consider to add more positions? And don't advise that, and don't really advise that one. The reason I'm not advising that is because we have buyers in this market, but we are also sellers. It seems that they are coming in to push this market down. That is a case that we saw here. That you remember when we started mentioning the buyers and sellers at the top, where we're getting the market owners are saying this, but on the buyers are not pushing the prices up. Of course, you expect the market to move down and wipe the surplus. So that is the grabbing of order. So you don't want to be a liquidity here, so we just wait for the order that you just waiting for. I like scaling in. That is my strategy. That is my strategy that keeps me moving. Like, that is my best strategy ever, the scaling in. But not all the market I scale in, unless maybe I'm very confident on what is really happening. Like this market here, moving up, let's just wait. I don't think it's really going to continue moving up like that. Buyers are failing it, so unless maybe we end the market that was moving so good, and buyers pushing the same, and market of course replicating the same thing, that if we are getting orders more for buyers, of course we expect the market to move up. If the market is not moving up, then you just know the sellers are getting in, and that is a dangerous step to move to. So we can expect a reaction around that area. We have drawn the line there. Expect something to happen. Expect a reaction. So the market is going to move to that level. Of course, expect it. expect it to 08, expect it 08, 09. So once we touch that one, we are going to exit this trend, and then we are going to look for another entry. Once we touch that one, of course, we are going to be in break even. So it will be nice, really, to be so good. It will be nice if we break even that level. It will be nice if it's going to be that way. Yeah. Look at that. Buy, move up. Yeah. Create now new high. Create new high. Let's move. Yes. Like that. Like that. Yeah. So, okay. Yeah, the reaction, we are going to get it like that place. This is going to be nice. So I'm going to exit that area. How will the war affect the financial institution? Which financial institution? Oh. I wanted to break in. I think I need to. Can we put the TP here? Because, okay. I want a break even here so that we can move to next setup. I want a break even here. We moved. Remember, we are negative 50. So this is not a joke. This is not a joke. Come on, God. This is serious. This is very serious. Niko macho. So we close it like that. That's almost a break even, negative $1, right? We are break even, and I think we are going to move to 08. So that level is really going to matter a lot. I want the market comes to that level, you're going to see maybe a sell that is going to happen at that level. We might be getting a sell that is going to be happening at that market at that level. That is what I want us to observe right there. So let's see, might be getting a sell happening. So you see the reason I've closed this one, because I don't want to stay. We are actually negative 5, so that was a break even that we got from the market. So it's serious, Assume now negative 1 was just a spread, no? So we are good. So we are going to look for another entry. That was not that good because I think we entered. I think we were positive to around $30. By the market, we waited until we were negative 50. So, but break even. So I don't know. That was really nice. But which tells you that when it comes to scalping, you don't have to. You need to make decisions very fast, very quick. Yeah. So yeah, let's proceed. Yeah, you see now. I want you to look at that. First of all, I'm going to move to the lowest time frame so that you can see the reaction that is going to happen across this area here. The market is now at the level that I'm talking about. No, I want you to see the reaction that might be happening to that level, and then once we get the reaction, then we are going to look for another entry. Right? We are going to look for another entry. We are going to look for another entry. Once we touch that one. Yeah, once we touch that, and I'm actually waiting to see this market probably touching. You see this area here around 0809. Yeah, yeah. So look at 1, 2, 3 market move up. Yeah, so look at that. Look at that. Yeah, look at that. You see that? This level here, which is 06. So you see the market almost touched this one, but I think we might be getting 10 level before we just move up, and then we are going to look for another entry. We are going to look for another entry right now. You see now, you need to be very quick on this, on how the market is really behaving here. Look at that. Move up. Okay, I'm going to have another entry right there. That is 06. Is it 06? But we have already touched this one, so I don't think so. I don't think we need entry right there because of this level here. Do you see? Have you seen that? This is what we are talking about. This is what we're talking about. So I'm going to have a small entry right there. And also this level, which is 01, once the market touches this, I'm going to have it. Do you see that? So we could have sold around this area, but I did not want to sell around this area because there's a pattern that I'm observing right now. I'm looking for a pattern. I'm looking for a pattern. So this is a long entry that I'm entering right now. So it's going to be big. It's going to be a bigger one. So you see this sell here around 09 here, that could actually be very perfect. This entry, that level right there. This is 1 minute time frame, so the market is really noisy. It's going to be very noisy. It's going to be messy. What's happening? Let me refresh this. Patrick, you're asking about the effect of going to the institution. So the market, then gold, you can see it's up. Yeah. Did you see that? Have you seen that? So these are the entries that we're going to have now. Once we touch this 08, we're going to close that 70. So we minimize the risk. We minimize it. Yeah, move. Look at that. So we close also this one. So boom. Wow, that was really perfect. You see now how we're talking about this reaction here, buy here, sell here, many signals here. So look at the reaction now after selling. Now that is what we are really getting. Jesus, that is really great. That was another entry. Perfecto. Wow, that was really nice. That was really nice. So our entry was around this area here, buying all the way to the top. We earned another market predicting is going to be moving down and then already down. So that was already perfect. So once we touch this area here, and if we're going to touch 5,000, just know the market is going to break down. So in case you see the market touching 02 here, don't continue buying because the market is going to break it and move down. That is crazy. So that is crazy. So we are still observing it. So it's really very nice on what has actually happened. Now you see how easy it is to scalp. Scalping is easy, very easy. So can we look for another setup? Let me just know if we can just look for can we try in default and find another entry. So the Federal Reserve, as the dollar has been generally putting pressure, the Federal Reserve as the dollar has been generally putting pressure on, yeah, so dollar has been gaining it. So if you look at DXY, yeah, but dollar is really reversing, so we might be getting back to 5,100. So if you're a long-term trader, look for prices below 5,000 and hold, because the market might be pushing all the way up. That is the other side of us for swing traders. Just make sure you check on that. We are going to look for another entry right there. We are going to look for another entry for the gold. Another best entry here, another good entry. You can see, actually, do you know what I'm going to do? I think from next week I'm going to set an account for Kenya shillings. We're going to be trading this using Kenya shillings. Then we're going to make sure that at least you have your account funded. Make sure that you have your account funded. From next week, I'm going to have big account here. Then I'm going to have a separate account. I'm going to put like let's say 300,000, let's say 300 or 400,000 there. 400 account is big for scalping. We don't need that because we need to match the amount of money that majority are going to have. Let's say 200,000 in Kenya shillings. We're going to trend it, and once we trend like this, we're going to withdraw all together. So I'm going to set on my system well, so that when we do that, like for example the amount of money we have gained here today, then we are going to withdraw it together. And I want to make sure that at least also you set up yours. So go and set your account, go and arrange some money, and also you know, the risk management. So if you be trading gold, no matter account that you have, ensure at least you should use 0.01 for you, right? So my account, you see, for example, if I fund like 200 or 300,000, that is really going to be big. I can use 0.1 and it's not going to be affected. So if you're going to use the same 0.1 with your $200, you see, it's going to be wiped out for the stop loss. So next week challenge, from Monday all the way, we are going to have we are going to have an account that is funded, and we're going to trade together. So prepare yourself the account that you have, because we're going to be trading together here. And at the end of it, we withdraw the money. So we withdraw the profit. We are going to withdraw the profit together, right? So remember what I've said about this before, as I continue talking about this one. If this market is going to touch this, of course, expect this market to come to this level here. And don't expect these prices to, of course, you can expect a small reaction, like for example, the one that is going to happen right now. The prices maybe jumping just like that, you see, like that. But eventually you might be getting these prices penetrating all through this way. So around 95, remember where we placed our stop loss earlier, the market might be touching that area here. So from Monday, actually, what if we do this? I deposit live, we start withdrawing, and then you are going to help us counting how much we have made. It's going to be a very big challenge though for the next maybe all the way to the March, April, throughout. I'm not a scalper, but I'm going to segregate some amount of money for scalping. So look at what is happening to the gold. We're waiting to see whether the gold is going to penetrate through and move all the way down. Let me see this. Let me move to 95. The market might be moving to 95. This level here. Actually, not here 95. This level. this level here. So yeah, so prepare for next week. Prepare for next week. We are going to trend live fire again for scalping. Yeah, I cannot share all my details for my account right now because I'm not prepared to hide some details because of privacy. Kuna mtu ata realize my logins hapo, alafu nianze kustukia ho nimefungua lot size ya 1 ya gold. Isha it is stop loss. That is serious. That is serious. I cannot do that. If, for example, this account, I have different accounts running here, and I think, you see, for example, let me show you an example here. So you see this level here that we're talking about, 95 is going to be like where we have move next, where the market might be moving next. We're going to see how the market might be reacting from these levels. Let's observe this, forget about that. You see this? I'm talking about 95. I'm talking about this level here. There's a probability for more down. Probability for more down. That's how the market is really moving right now. So this is really amazing. I think we have some entries, and we have done around 6 entries. I don't know how many. Almost all of them accurate. So it's only that the one will go down drawdowns, but the market reversed and we closed break even. I think that is what you really have to do. Once you see a losing trend, make sure that when it goes back, close that trend, because once you start moving back to negative, it will start giving you anxiety, and that is what I don't want. Have you ever realized that once the market goes down and then it get back maybe to a small profit, and then you fail to close, once that market start moving negative again, they can actually start giving you anxiety. Look at that. Do you see? That is how now the market is falling, and around that 95 here, we might be having another small. Actually, I'm going to put even slight entry. Oh, Oh, 97. So let's see what we can prepare for. Can we prepare for this level here? You see, up to this level, 94. So 94 all the way from 99, 94. This is a buying zone that we can have from this market. I've reduced the loss size right here because there is probability for it to move down. I've reduced it all the way to 0.05. So yeah, that's how I am. Once I realize the market has a possibility of moving more down, then of course we need to reduce even more. So 94, 49, 94. But not this one. Right now, it is really nice to buy from gold rather than selling. Like buying is more safe than selling from gold, because right now gold can decide to move back to the all-time high, like 5,000. We are really far. The market is really cheap. The price of gold is really, really cheap right now, so it can be very safe for you to do that. So in case we drop to 94, I'm going to have another buy entry. 94. We can have another small entry. Now you can see how that was really very small. So once we touch this one and we break this one, of course I'm going to have another one. But right there in this region, there's probability for the market to break all the way up. Mm. Okay. This is great. This is great. This is great. So remember, we are going to have another one here. So not only just one arrow, so that you don't get confused. We are going to have also this area here. So those are going to be our entry point. Oh, 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 oh. You see now? You see now? Emeka. Ah, 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 ah. Emeka. Ah, 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 ah. Oh, 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 oh. 988, 88. We have a problem at 88. I think some people have X610, the Hondas here. This is not the exit point. Huh? Now you see now the reason I'm using small loss sizes here. So that is the reason. That is now the entry point 95. 95, I have entered 49, 98, and 94. So that's going to be my entry point. I'm going to keep them like that. My stop loss will be located 84. 84 is going to be my stop loss. 84 is going to be my stop loss. 84 is going to be my stop loss. Actually, I've entered exactly at 94 here. Although the price was really very fast, but already the market touched 92. I was privileged to buy at 94. Very quick. Yeah. So 94 is the one that is running $12 right there. And we are up. My target is 100. Oh, my target is this which is 5010. So once we get 5010, we might be having around $100. I think once we get that one, we might be having something that makes sense. We might be having something that makes sense. Wow. 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 So if I'm going to hit 100, I think today is going to be the best day. Today is going to be best. Today is going to be best. Tomorrow things are really lined up there, so make sure that you watch that at 9 p.m. I wish I have time to explain to you what you need to check on the Paul speech from the chairman of the fund, what you need to be checking on, what you need to know about what is really going on, because there are a lot of things we really need to learn from that, but no time. Therefore, tuende vyenye iko, tuende mambo vyenye iko, tuende vyenye mambo iko, the way things are. So can you see this one? Those are my entries, and I just place it just like that. So that is how you just need to do. Once you highlight your areas, then of course you need to keep moving. I don't have time to explain all of them, like why we enter that area, but my stop loss is 84. 84. So once we touch 84, then is really going to be like that. 84 is the stop loss. 84 is 84 is the stop loss. So around this area we're going to get a reaction again. Look at that. You see this area here, a reaction, that's the area there. That area there, you're going to get a reaction. If you have not subscribed to this channel, make sure that you turn on notification bell. Follow me on all social media platforms. I'm actually going to leave my number right down there, so that you let me place this. Okay. Oh. So you're going to see another reaction here. So just observe this. Keep an eye on that. We're going to see another reaction here. My stop loss is 84, and yeah. So my TP is up there around 020003. But remember, I sent 08, which is the top here. So once we touch that one, I know we'll be having in like something like 100. But you see how that was very quick though. That was very quick. You need to have a decision made already before you buy. You know the market is going to touch these areas, and buy and sell from those lines. Wow. Wow. Yeah, still we're going to observe that one. So I'm going to check for not economic. Is this really equal? Because I see it differently. This is 98.56. Yeah, 98. Oh, one was 98. 190 was actually 98. So we need up. We need the prices to move up. Yeah, you see this one. This is actually what we're talking about. 4.1%. This is a Bank of Australia, Reserve Bank of Australia, decided to hike their interest to 4.1% from 3 point by 25 basic point, of course. Bank of Japan chief stresses need to hit 2.5 banked by. We'll talk about that one. The price of. Look at that. Of course, we're going to see another reaction right there anytime from there. So allow me to close one position because we might be going back. So that is another money made. That is another money made from that market. It's really not interesting. Is this not really amazing? Is not this really amazing? Is this not amazing? It's not really amazing. You should subscribe to this channel, and every time, right from Monday, we're going to be doing it even on top notch. So make sure that you are here. So this is the area I'm talking about that we might be getting a reaction here. So let's move to lowest time frame so that we can see what we have around that area here. And I think now let's remove this because already the market has reaction from this. This was our entry. You see this one? Actually, that's a sniper entry, right? We also have another entry right here. Actually, we bought from this level here. And now we are saying the market might be reacting to this level, and we might actually be moving to this here. So let's see the reaction that I'm going to be getting from this, considering this is now lower time frame that we are getting from this market. Let's see what we have. I want to see what we are getting here. 17. Yeah, 17. So I'm going to close also this one because we might be getting a reaction there. I need to trust my strategy forever. I'm going to trust my strategy. So let's see. But in case the market moves up, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. We look for another setup. No problem. No problem. No problem. So we might be retracing back maybe to $500 before we continue moving up. That will be very okay. So let's see. I'm giving it maximum of 4. So a maximum of 4, just $1, a maximum of 4 this area here. So once we touch above this area now, above this, then of course we might not be coming back. That is gone. Imeenda, itakuwa imeenda. But let's see. Of course, we always expect once I highlight some areas, the market to do its thing, like just retrace back or maybe move and then grab something. Yeah, it's not the exact point, but of course it normally happens. Now look at that. Let's see how that candle is going to behave. Is it really going to move back? So I'm not going to buy that one or sell. Yeah, it's just indication, just indicating that way that there is a possibility for that market to move back to that one. Then after that, we're going to look for another final entry. We're going to look for another final entry. So make sure that you are here. We're going to look for another final entry. Wow. So we can do this many times as possible. Many times as possible. How many have we done? Actually, we have done so many, and I don't think have we lost any loss. Almost 10, no single stop loss. I don't know. I'll check out. I need this market to move. If it's going to move below this black line here, of course, it will have respected what you have said. And then after that, we know that the market is healthy. That's just to say, to know that the market is really healthy, right, for entries. So right now everything is good. Everything is moving so well. I want to see if we are going to hit 05,000, like below that one. So it's going to tell me I'm very healthy. I'm good. I want to see that. So you see now there is an exit and from that trend, because there's possibility for reverse, and you can see some traders are really failing to push this market up. It's really happening. It is happening. A possibility for buying. Yeah, already bought, man. You need to be very fast, very quick, a very fast decision maker. Yeah, so candles are forming, but they are forming in down ones for the sell on that. So let's see. I've gave it to the credit of this blind line here. So once we cross this, of course, it may end. Like that is gone. Like we need now to re-strategize again. But what we are getting here, there's a possibility. Put it dotted line. Let me put it a line. Expand it. Yeah. I give it up to maximum of that, but I need to see this market moving past this black line here, which is below 501. That means we need to move back here, back again. So then you will understand why I lost my entries, right? Although we are waiting for higher prices. But remember, the swing traders can actually wait for the market. Whether you move up, you move down, we are coming back, we are going to do this. Of course, you can just wait for that. So there's different. Ala, look at that. You see that? Yeah, that is what we are talking about. Yeah, after touching that, then I'm really okay. The market is healthy, right? It is healthy. Look at that. It is healthy. The market is healthy, and right now is going to brew what? Like, sometimes you may think that of course we need now to break this. Like, let's see, the pattern is going to form. The market is healthy. The prices are healthy. Can you see that? That was really incredible. Look at that. Now you see why I exited my trends. That is a reason. I know where the market will touch, where the prices will reverse from, and it's just easy like that, right? So you just need to subscribe here. You get even more signals, more. But of course, I knew the market will go back here and move slightly back here, but we could not have entered that trade because there's a possibility for the market to keep moving up. So what you need to understand is not all entries that look like entries that you need to enter. Like not all entries that you're supposed to be in. Okay, you just need to be in. For example, on this you may think the market is really going to be moving up, but there are a lot of things that you really need to be looking at. Okay, around this area here, yes, to look very promising. Of course, I know the market might be moving up, but this is lower time frame and we need to move now to back, find another setup. That was another two setups that I promised we're going to do the last. Let's now find the final one. The final one. And we don't need to trend. If we are going to get this, I need to find the perfect one. A perfect entry. Risk is more, but we are going to make sure that it's going to be 100% sniper, 100% entry. Yeah. Yes. Patrick is saying it's not easy. It's easy. Like, why? Can you see what we are doing here? It's easy, man. Okay, but don't worry anyway. So we are going to look for another setup. We are going to look for another setup, but we are going to make sure at least we get it correct. We are going to get it correct. We are going to look for another setup, but let's see whether we can be very accurate. We have done, I think, almost 10 setups, and of them 100%. We only lost one, break even. So let's find another entry. Let's find another entry. Let's find another final entry. It's 2 p.m. East African time. If this is your first time to be here, ensure that you like, subscribe, turn on notification bell. We normally come back. We are always live here, trending, scalping every single day, from Monday to Friday. Right? On Monday we are depositing money. We are going to start trading together. We withdraw, we make profit and withdraw here together, right? So it's going to be great. So I have this market here. You see now the 1 hour time frame is giving me a different. It's giving me a different vibe. You see now we have tested this region that we are talking about. This is 03 here and the market is back. That's why I closed those two trends that I had opened. Now we have this area here. The market moved down, but the problem that we have here, let's check this one on highest scale, because something is changing. A lot of things are really changing. If you look at this level here on bias, you can see we have now sellers actually developing, that were developing around 02 here, and I think that is the reason I was very sure that the market is going to sell from this level here. Now around this area here, buyers are really coming in, but when you look at these levels here, all the way down, all this to this level, the volume is very low. Like the market is very slow. Like the volume for buyers is really very slow, which means that in case this market is going to move down, we can have the market that is going to move very fast, like very fast. Let me show you this. So if you look at this volume here, no buyers, no sellers, no one is interested in those prices. And once you see a area where there's no one is interested in that prices, of course when the market comes to that level, it normally swipes a very big candle and the market just swipes that in a very crazy way. So it normally happens. Now I think everything has changed. This may take us now reanalyze again. What have you noticed? We have noticed just one thing, that we are starting with the highest time frame to analyze to know where the market is moving, and most of our entries have been buy unders all the way from the top here. Every time you see low prices, we buy. That is what we've been focusing on. I don't want this to take us very far. Let's check this on the lowest time, on the 1 hour time frame, and then we're going to get back. We find just one entry, then we are done with that. As you can see from these prices, well, the one that we started analyzing earlier, you can see this market is really going to struggle moving up again, because number one, you can see we have so many sellers that are developing. This is actually an delta, very small buyers in this market. It's only at this area where we're getting reaction, and it's actually located around this area here, this level here. All the other levels we have sellers, many sellers all the way to the top, and that means the gold is really going to struggle to move all the way up. The price, the market is going to struggle moving all the way to the top, because we have so many sellers sitting on the upper side. That is what we are getting here. Now, the possibility now for this market to react, we on the highest time frame now, because we are done with the small time frame, is again this level here. You see this 10 here, we might be achieved where the market, where this candle actually we are chasing small time frame and moved back all this to this level, but now we might be getting a reaction now that is going to happen from this level here. So around 50-10, we might be getting a reversal again, where the market is going to touch this area here, and again maybe go back this level here. That is on the highest time frame note. Okay, that actually is what might be happening. So, but on this case now, because now many sellers are in the market, we don't have any promising point at the top. There is going to be a lot of trouble for this market to like move up, again. It's crippled. The market is really crippled. I want us to start this again. Yeah, but remember, for swing traders, you can buy. Actually, it's more safe to buy than sell right now. Yeah, because you can see now this is how the market moving on the time frame. This is what we observed. These prices that are moving like that. Okay, look like this. We are finding at least some entries, small touches here. The reaction. So if this is good to work, maybe it's going to be like that, but not more on this downside, but also the top here. So of course you expect the market to react at the level here around 10. I'm thinking about 10 around this area here. Yeah, but of course gold is going to struggle to move all the way up. We need more orders. From this market. We need more buyers to come in to push this market up. So we have a problem. We have a problem. We have entered almost more than 10 trades. Has been perfect. This sounds to be very nice. I know sometimes you may check on these prices and think it is nice area to buy from this market here. After touching this, and then we're getting this kind of developing here. Yes, it sounds that one, but in case you're a swing trader, but for the scalpers, I don't think it's going to be wise. Once I change this, for scalpers, it's not going to be wise. So the days that we trained on swing trading, when we are swing trading, so I think that you can buy 5,000 and maybe wait for 530, 550. It's really going to be nice. I want to see. It's really going to be nice. So for swing trading, this can be actually an opportunity here. This can be an opportunity from this side. Let me see. Yeah, but have you seen that? I've seen that we have so many sellers at the top. So if you look at the lot, you realize that many orders, we have so many sellers at the top, and that's why we have a problem of this market to move up. It is going to struggle a lot. This gold is really going to struggle to move back. It's really going to struggle to move back. Could it be the market What can be causing this? What might be causing this? Number one, fund. Expectation for the traders, uncertainty for the fund. Remember the Australia hiking their interest rate to the top. Maybe traders are waiting to see the same from the fund. That's why you're just putting it like that, and we are waiting to see what is going to be happening. I said if you are a swing trader, maybe there's going to be a good opportunity. Let me put a volume candle and see what is coming in. There's going to be opportunity, but of course this market is going to receive a rejection maybe at 11. That is what we might be getting. Yeah, it is really trying. You can see this look like a range, almost like a ranging market at downside here because of what has actually been happening. Yeah, so it's really trying. Yeah, but I expect this level here, which is around 10. So once we get 10, we might be, price is moving back again around 10. Yeah, we have so many orders. That is what I can just say from there. So simple like that. We have placed so many orders already. I don't want to trade more because once you place more orders into the market, you might end up losing everything. So let's preserve what we have made until tomorrow again from 12 noon. I think 12 noon is good. 12 noon is good. The London session will be on, and so many people. Yeah, let's do it 12 noon. Just the same. 12 noon we are here. We have already trended 2 hours. So for those who have missed this one, if in case you want to learn what we have talked about in terms of scalping, you can go back to this video and just check what we have talked about. It's really going to help you a lot, right? Meanwhile, subscribe to our notification bell. You'll be notified anytime I'm live. I will be coming back again at the top of the hour. That is the New York. And remember, the New York session has actually changed from 5:30 East African time. Now we are talking about 4:30 p.m. There's someone asked me that question. But remember, if you trade currencies, you are going to start 3 p.m., not 4:30 p.m. That is what traders normally confuse. So you're not going to say New York session. You are going to mark lower sessions at those levels at 4:30. It's not going to happen at 4:30. If you're trading currencies, mark your areas 3 p.m. Right? So 09. Can we wait for 09 and see whether we are going to receive a reaction there? Because it's going to happen. Of course, when I say it's going to happen, remember it's going to happen. From there, actually this is very far. Because once you move to the lowest time frame, you start seeing different things. Let's say this area here from 10 I'm going to receive a reaction. So this is a market that is moving down, and you need to be careful with it from the top here and all the way to 10. So in case we get 10, just know that is what's happening. Thank you so much, guys. I'll see you again tomorrow. Scalping Monday. Prepare your money because we are going to move in, trade together, and withdraw together. Let's see if we're going to make it. I think the information is getting to you right on time, so there's no delay. So we are back here again. I don't know whether we wait for this one. Yeah, because this market is going to short from this level here. And that's now we get some funny things happening because of what is, maybe you hear Trump is speaking his mind, and then you see the market moving in a crazy way. Allow me to check. Yeah, you see now the buyers are really struggling in this market to push it upwards. This is serious. This is very serious. This is very serious. 96, 893, 900. So tomorrow we are scalping again. Ensure that you're here. It's actually not easy to scalp, like, you know, it requires a lot of energy. You need a lot of energy. Make sure that you subscribe. Follow me on all social media platform at Dantech. I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye bye. Oh, Patrick is saying positive 17. So you made some money. Thank you so much. Ay, karibu sana. Just say thank you. Okay, welcome. Whoever made some good amount of money, congratulations. That was really great. Congratulations and welcome. Tomorrow we resume again. Lazima mtoke block.